Hey, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Stocks and Options Basics with Brandon. We're going to walk through the basics of how to buy a stock option, what to look for the new folks. And I got a couple questions about how to measure a move and how to get targets, right? So coming into tomorrow, you come live trade with us. We want to give you, we want you to make money with us. So some of the lingo and how we're getting some of our targets, I like to better equip you with it. Also, if you're trading for yourself, you could take this and kind of put it in your tool bag as well. Just the way that how I forecast targets per se, based off risk management. So let's start off with this. How's everybody doing today? If you're doing good, I'll throw a 1 in the chat box. I'll put a 1 in because today was another green day in the markets. Everything is good. Could it be better? Yeah, but it could be a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's good. So for the new folks, we're going to get ready to rock and roll. What we're going to do is there's a beginner's stocks and options checklist that if you do not have, please reach out to me. I could forward it to you. It's a PDF. We kind of created it for someone that does not know much about stock options. We have a 7-day video foundation that we want you to watch as well before you get started. And lastly, once you go through all that, we would really like you to simulate trade. We trade live every Friday. You come in, see how we do the Amazon hack, see how we trade. So we kind of use this call to better equip ourselves so that going into tomorrow, we could take action and make some money, right? But in that checklist, you're going to download Thinkorswim. Do not download the web version. You're going to download the desktop version. I'm sorry, you're not going to download the web version, but a lot of people, not a lot, but some people might get confused. Just make sure you download the desktop. You want to get this icon right here on your desktop. You want to double click it. You want to press yes. And every time it's going to install updates, it'll be like this. And once it's done, you have an area to type in your username and password that only you know. Don't give it out to anybody. I already have mine open. Once you open that, put it in, this will load up right here. It'll bring you to the education tab. If you're ever unsure about anything, Thinkorswim has a lot of free stuff, technical analysis, patterns, whole bunch of things that you can learn. Also, anytime that you have a problem with Thinkorswim, you can always come up here to this support. You click this, you create a support ticket. It is closed right now. At 8 p.m. it closed. We missed it by 7 minutes. So if there's something where you can't get out of a trade, or you need help with something, you're not unsure, they'll actually walk you through this, right? So you have live support to your desktop, and they could come in case you didn't know. So I'm going to close that because I don't need support. Really, from a beginner standpoint, you really need to focus on the charts tab. You press charts. You won't have all this. You have one screen that populates, and you have your trade tab over here. And this is where we get ready to rock and roll. You're going to see all this right here, right? From a basic standpoint, let me get my drawing tool. This area right here is meant to put the ticker in, or the symbol. SPY, if we're trading SPY, the symbol is SPY. If we trade Apple, it's AAPL. Every company that is traded on the exchange has a ticker or a symbol, same exact thing. This is where you put it in. The current share price is this area right here. Next to that, you'll see how many dollars it's up or down with cents, and you also have a percent. Here shows you the bid and the ask. That is the spread between those. We'll kind of talk about that here in a little bit. And then you're going to have these 4 things right here. We're going to click and focus on the option chain, right? So let me erase that. We're going to click the option chain. What happens here now, you have a whole bunch of different numbers, right? Very, very simple. These areas, all these numbers are here in parentheses. These are the times or the days, the amount of days you have until expiration. I don't even know why these 1s and 2s are here, because they're expired already. These contracts expired February 22nd and 23rd, and today's the 24th. If we take a trade and we say we're going to give it 45 days of time or 49 days of time, you would come down here and you see the April 14th, 22, 49 days of time until expiration. That's what we will reference. Another thing, if we're taking a day trade, we'll typically trade 1 to 5 days until expiration. Another term we would say is same week expiration. That would be on Friday's expiration. If we're taking a swing trade, a lotto swing trade, I always like to give it 10 to 14 days. So it'd be either of those two contracts. If I take a swing trade from the report, I always give it 45 to 60 days. So I'd be in this area right there. And if I ever take a leap from the report, I'm muting you. No worries. If you ever take a swing trade from the report, a leap trade, what you're going to do is you're going to look for 9 months of time or greater. So if you take 9 times 30, that's about 270 days. So anything for a leap, I would say, is acceptable down in here. Up here, the smaller the amount until expiration, you got your 1 here. We'll pick on this one. These contracts are going to be the cheapest, right? The cheapest, also technically the most riskiest, per se, from some people. If price moves up, you're going to make a higher ROI a lot faster. If price falls down, you're going to lose a higher ROI. To minimize some of that, you can always trade the following day expiration or the next one down, right? You go farther all the way down here, they still got the same exact contracts. These are more expensive. So think of it like this, right? Let me write this, expensive. Think of it like this. If you're buying a contract that has 1 day until expiration, it's going to be real cheap. If you're buying something that has 1,030 days of time, it's going to be more expensive. Just to give you an idea, and this might not be right, but just to give you an idea, if you go to tomorrow's expiration, you might pay $300 for an at-the-money call, which if you don't know what at-the-money is, you'll learn in about a minute or two, maybe 3 minutes. This might be $300 for one contract. And if you come down here and get the same exact contract down here, you might pay $19,000. See the difference? 300 to 19K. So it just depends on the objective and what you're trying to achieve for the specific trade. If you're day trading, you plan to be in and out the same day, I don't really recommend going no more than 14 days, but that's just my personal opinion. So now we'll dive into the actual option chain itself. So right now we talked about the ticker, we talked about the share price, how you can find how many points is up, it's down in a percent. We're going to go to tomorrow's expiration, and you're going to see this. Normally you might see this and you'll see 4. I put in 50 because I like to see a wide range of things, right? Let me minimize that. So let me get my drawing tool back. All right. So on this, what you're going to see, it looks real crazy, but we're going to break it down. It's going to be real simple. This center column right here, the strike, every single one of these numbers right here, all the way down to about right here, they're different numbers. They're different strikes, right? So if we say we're taking a 428, we're picking on this strike right here. If we say we're taking a 418, it'd be this strike right here. If we say we're taking a 440, pretty self-explanatory. We would take that right there, right? On the left-hand side, you have your calls. This means as this share price right here, the box, that share price increases, it goes up, and we're in calls. We get to make money, right? On the right-hand side, you see where it says puts. If that share price falls in value, you get to make money as price falls. That's why we like stock options. When you buy a share, the only way you can make money is when the share increases in value, but you can utilize stock options, and we get to make money when the shares lose value as well as increase in value, and you can better leverage your money, right? So for one share of SPY right now, it's $428. Well, I could buy one stock option for $200 and make 50 bucks for a dollar move, and for it to move $50 up here, it's not going to move 50 bucks in one day. So you see the difference, right? In order for you to make $50, your share price would have to be $478. That might take 6 months, right? Just for you to make 50 bucks. If we buy this 427 call for $272 and it moves $1 in our favor, guess what? We just made 50 bucks. That's why we like stock options. Would you rather wait 6 months or a couple minutes? I'd rather do a couple minutes, right?